What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always. Spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Football, basketball, and boxing. All right, so the subject is basketball, and the most important game of the NBA season so far is taking place tonight, and that is the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Clippers. I had said previously in some other videos, I only had 5 teams that had a legitimate shot at winning an NBA title. That's because I didn't necessarily have a lot of faith in the Clippers, but Kawhi Leonard being healthy, looking like the Kawhi of old when he was on the Toronto Raptors and his last few years when healthy in San Antonio, that Kawhi Leonard can lead you to a championship, and we've seen it happen. And their team, well coached by Tyronn Lue, and having guys that are really contributing like Powell. They've got some bigs. James Harden has had flashes here and there during the season of, a good year he's had where he's probably going to get a decent contract when he rees up on his contract for the NBA. So the Clippers are in play, but I still... Denver was one of the teams I said. One of my teams has been eliminated already in the LA Lakers, so obviously I didn't see that coming with them getting dealt with the way they got dealt with. But these Clippers versus the Denver Nuggets, this has been a series. And a lot of the reason it's a series to me, not just credit to the Clippers for the way they play defense. They can man up, switch, all that. But Denver, some of their ball movement and the way they flow as a unit isn't like it used to be when they won a title. They can get a little more stagnant at times. They always rely on the Joker, even in their championship year. But they rely on him a little more than previous. And Jamal Murray has been up and down with his performances. So the Denver isn't quite that championship team Denver, even though I think they got a shot. Tonight, it's in Denver. I expect Jokic to have a good game, but more importantly, he's got to have a good game. This has to be one of those 30-point, 17, 18 rebound, 10 or 11 assist type nights for the Joker. And that's where we starting. He might be required to give more than that. But 30, 18, and 11 to me is a minimum. Jamal Murray going to have to deliver a good 25 in Game 7. And get a good 5 assists, 5 rebounds, be active. He got to be on the boards. He's got to get guys involved. Russell Westbrook's got to minimize any mistakes. He can't get too sporadic, but he's got to bring the energy. Because if he ain't bringing the energy, then he's not Russell Westbrook. So you need that. Porter got to hit his threes. He's got to be ready when they call on him and kick it to him. It's going to be a total team effort that's required. Gordon's going to have to really help Jokic in the paint because they have an advantage in the paint. The Clippers, on the other hand, they just got to stay together and believe. They're going to have to lean on Kawhi. Kawhi going to need 30 tonight as well, at minimum. I think if he goes for 25 or less, they lose this game, mainly because I expect Jokic to do his thing. But if he can score 25 and they still win, that means their defense really locked up. And in Denver, a couple calls probably going to go Denver's way because of the fact that they at home. That's just natural. But do the Clippers have what it takes to beat them? Yes. James Harden, a lot of people say the most pressure's on him. He's had poor performances in Game 7s and in closeout games. Will this be another one from James Harden? They don't need James to be James of old and drop 50. They don't need James really to get you 30 really in this game to me. But he does have to get you 20 to 25. And if all he's getting you is 20 to 25, then he's really got to be facilitating and making others better. You need 8 to 12 assists from him if he ain't getting you more than 25 points. He's got to be active as well, aggressive, getting to the cup to get to the free throw line and get these guys in foul trouble. can't wait to see what happens in Game 7. My pick is the Denver Nuggets to win. I think it'll be a close game. I'm going to go Denver by 8. I'll say the score will be 112 to 104. That's my score. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you're looking for. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or get at me in the comments. Find me on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok.